By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, race fans. It is championship night here for the Bad Company Racing late model stock series here on a Wednesday night. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. As always, here to TrueSimProductions. Qualifying already is underway here in the background. We got our second place points contender, Mr. Brandon Elvis. P1 right there, first lap around. Let's see if we can get a little faster the second lap by the stripe. He does not go faster, but still holding down provisional pole. But now you got to watch out for this man right here. Mama, here comes that bad man, Justin Coleman. He goes P2 his first lap around. What can Coleman do for lap number 2? Track position is going to be king here tonight. North Wilkesboro. Can he get the power down out of turn 4 here? Coleman to the line. Coleman also goes a tad slower there on his second lap. Now we got Mr. Brian Zimmerman coming out on track. Now, folks, while they are finishing up qualifying, I do want to pull this up right here. I want to show y'all the battle for the championship. It is double points night. So what that means is there's over 90 points up for grabs. I'm pretty sure Elvis actually checked my math earlier. I think it's actually, let me see, 95 points, I believe. 95 total points up for grab tonight. So you get the race win, you get some bonus points, and before you know it, you're right there in the mix for a championship. You see the Go Chain Cowboy, number 14, coming in as the series points leader with 3 race wins, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s. But Brandon Elvis, number 54, hot on his heels. Brandon's also amassed 3 race wins this season, 8 top 5s, 8 top 10s. Justin's had an incredible season. I think Elvis has had a better season. Now, folks, I got to think back to Myrtle Beach the first time earlier in the season. A late race bump and run, unclaimed caution later, really hurt Brandon Elvis. Race control, race stewards, they actually penalized Elvis. 25 driver points. That would have had him coming into tonight 20 points ahead. So, I mean, the penalty is really hurting. Can he battle back here? He's had a great season. But then you can also not count out the 29 machine of Zach Murphy. He's won a lot here lately. Only won once this season in the late model stock. But he's been ripping off wins in the tour mods and the super late models as of late. The 29's really coming into form here. He has 1 race win, 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s. He's 33 points out of the points lead. As we actually got a new face up front, sitting P2. Zach Murphy actually just put it up there. Brian Zimmerman got a little quicker as well when we was going over the top picture of the points battle there. As folks, it's going to be a fun one here tonight. Not a whole lot of cars, so that means it's probably a good chance for some long green flag runs. Was talking to the drivers earlier. Brian Zimmerman, he'll normally tell me the whole strategy up front. He don't really ever keep anything from me. So I know fuel is going to be an issue tonight. Only 95 laps for fuel. Will somebody stretch it those extra 30, 35 laps to finish the race? It's definitely a possibility. But then I've also heard tires, that right front. It's very, 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 very easy to wear it off to the point where Brian mentioned to me he would not be surprised if somebody could possibly blow a right front out here tonight. So the storylines are everywhere, boys and girls. A right front out here. As I do want to ask you to please hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. We are only 29 subscribers away from 500. Each and every one counts, and we do appreciate it as this championship night here, as these boys are heading to that starting grid. Alrighty, folks. 11 races down. We've done this 11 times on Wednesday night. It's time for the 12th and final one of the BCR Late Model Stock Series. Brandon Elvis comes into tonight P2. Well, he put it P1, so he's looking pretty right now with an 18.805. Starting to his outside is Zach Murphy. Inside row number 2 is going to be Brian Zimmerman. And the points leader starting P4, Guy Barrett. Starting inside row number 3 with Chris Sauter starting to his outside P6. Then in P7, we got Larry Bell outside row number 4. It's the 06 machine of Logan Mayer. Starting 9th, Derek Stanley. 10th is Todd Lamphere. 11th is Dalton Creech. 12th is Brian Gravel. And 13th is Mitchell Muma. So only 13 late model stocks. And I'll be honest, there was a little bit of drama behind the scenes at CLR between a few people. I eventually called some people out on their shenanigans. And they decided to take their ball and go home, which it's their prerogative. They want to do that. We'll regroup, come back. Season 4 is going to be a blast. I cannot wait to release this video that we have cooked up in the background. And in regards to what's happening for Season 4. All I can tell you is somebody's going to make a little money, and it's going to be awesome. But we can't get too far ahead because we still got to cap off, put a bow on Season 3. Coleman, Elvis, Murphy. Which one of them can get the title sold up out here tonight? Which one will do it? The cool thing about the 54 and the 14, Elvis Coleman Racing, they are teammates. And now, I do know we always try to race teammates with a little bit more respect around here. But coming from a bigger team like Five Kings with a lot of guys on it, there's nobody I want to be worse than my teammate. Now, will Brandon Elvis or Justin Coleman have that exact same feeling? We're going to find out. What will you do for a championship? Lights are off on the pace car. Field's going to be in the hands of Barney Fife Jr. Remember, no fast spares in this series. You wreck it, you fix it. 54. 29. Your starting row here for championship night at North Wilkesboro, the famous North Wilkesboro. As the green flag is at it, came early as everybody's still side by side as they barrel off in turn 1 and 2 for the first out of 125 times. Looks like the top two got it sorted out really quick. They are currently nose to tail. Look back here at P3 and 4, though. Our points leader, Coleman, has actually finally made the pass over Zimmerman. Zimmerman may have tried to let him go. Now, Zimmy is somebody we know. He's naturally wanting to save fuel. So, did Zimmy just let them boys pull out a little bit there? Try to save a little bit of fuel. Look, not a huge field, but great looking camera work here by the TSP group. As what a massive facility here. I wish we would get the current day, present day version of Wilkesboro. But still, Brandon Elvis all out front. First 4 laps around the circuit. Does have Zach Murphy hot and heavy on his heels. Let's jump on board with the 29 machine of Zach Murphy. Give us a ride around North Wilkesboro. Seeing 2 different lines. Elvis walking it all the way down to the white line or the grass, really apexing it right in the center of the corner. Whereas Murphy's wanting to apex it a little bit later, drive off the corner a little bit straighter than Elvis. You see Elvis floating it out to the wall. Just basically 2 different driving styles. That's one thing I do love about North Wilkesboro. We jump on board with the race leader here. I do love that about Wilkesboro. Multiple grooves here. You can run wherever you basically want. Late model stocks may be a little different because they don't have as much power as, say, a super late does. But still, has enough power to where you're seeing at least a middle and a bottom lane. All right, folks, let me know out in the viewer land who we have tonight. You can give me your race winner pick, and then also don't forget your championship winner pick. Brandon Elvis currently leads the charge. He's sitting second in the points. Now, how close does Coleman need to finish to Elvis in order to keep the points lead? Now, that's something that's kind of a tricky question to ask and a tricky question to answer because of the way the drop weeks work. Basically, all a drop week is, for those not familiar with them, whoa, we see a little battle going on back here. A drop week just essentially, if you miss a race, it just won't count it, right? So out of 12 races, we only count 10. It's going to take your 10 best weeks. And it's going to drop your 2 worst weeks. As Zimmerman definitely has to be saving fuel. Has the whole field gathered right here behind him. As Guy Barrett trying to make a pass for a P4 on Zimmy, but Zimmy able to get by there. Look at Chris Sawyer, though, letting him hang on the high side. Logan Mayer right there, P7. Mayer's been bad fast each and every week here. A little bit off night for him for qualifying. Actually started P8, already up to 6, though, so he's making moves to the front. Dalton Creech, also somebody battling back here towards the back. Creech had a terrible qualifying effort for the Tiger King normally. He actually started P11 out here, so really off night for the 36 machine. But already, eyes forward, moving forward. Dalton Creech, the Tiger King, up to P8 almost. He can make a pass over Larry Bell. Brian Gray with last week's winner right there behind him, following in his tail. As we head back up front, it's a 2-car breakaway tandem here. Coleman is right there within striking distance, not letting these leaders, not allowing them the comfort of getting too far out on him. So he's playing it pretty smart right here, probably saving his tires a little bit, just relaxed, chilling. He's got a pass going on back here. Looks like Logan Meyer trying to work underneath the 51 of Chris Sawyer. Gets tight there off 2, though. You got to be careful. Almost like the wall just reaches out and grabs you, especially if you have to run that outside lane. You see that Chris Sawyer going way up. He was above the middle groove. Look like Larry Bell. He sees these guys are battling. He's maybe a touch faster than them once they got side by side. He's trying to make the move over Sawyer as well. Look like Logan's probably going to end up completing the pass this time by, unless Sawyer can hang. Oh, Logan actually clipped the bottom. There's a curbing down there in 3 and 4. He clipped it, and you saw the car bounce. Really upset the handling of that car. Unloaded all the weight. As we go back up front, down Broadway once again for lap number 17. It's been all the 54 machines so far. But you cannot say it's been without a fight. That 29's been right there this entire time since the drop of the green flag. And that with fuel only going about 90-95 laps. I still have to wonder. I have to question it because we've seen it week in and week out. Brian Zimmerman, I've said it for the last few weeks. He's winless. He's winless this season. There's a race that might lean heavy towards a fuel strategy. Does that play into his favor? I would have to guess so. As often as we've seen him persevere and come through in fuel mile situations. Zimmy, though, I know he feels like he's had a terrible season. He comes into tonight's race P4 in points. Just has a goose egg still in that win column. I know he wants it. As I want to jump on board with Coleman here, kind of check out what he's doing. See, they're not really having to crank the wheel too much, not real tight. I can see the car is a touch tight there in the center of the corner. When he's slowing down just about the most he gets slowed down, you can see the car just don't really want to bite forward grip and actually turn and rotate. But other than that, he looks to be not really even attacking the corners or nothing like that. So he is definitely, maybe not in super save mode, but he is definitely not pushing either. And he might be playing the big picture game here. I think if he can finish third with a clean car, he might still be able to walk away and escape out of here with the championship for season number 3. Now, Zach Murphy, he's a driver that's basically in desperation mode here. 33 points back. Both your competitors, one of them's right there in front of you, the other one's right there behind you. So you got to make a miracle happen. You almost got to hope for a big mistake out of not only the 14, but also the 54. But still mathematically in the chase. And he is in the chase for maybe race win number 2 because he looks to be pacing the 54 here. 54 could be playing a game of cat and mouse right now, though. Letting Murphy stay right there on the back of that white bumper. Making Zach maybe push a little bit harder than he wants to right now, because once you get that close to almost just being able to reach out and grab the lead, I mean, it's that racehorse mentality. We all got to go, right? And maybe what we're seeing here, because Murphy's able to really roll that center. I think he is. I'm going to head back to it one more time. Attacking the corners a lot harder right here. Looks like he's driving off in there a little bit deeper. He reels in the 54 a little bit on the entry. And actually really didn't lose it on the exit that time either. Oh, we have a car going around off the racing surface. Not going to affect the leaders. As he's trying to get turned around. That's 51, he does get turned around. Let's go back and see what happened to the 51 of Chris Starter. Got in there a little tight, pushed up the corner into the 06, got on the binders, and around she went. No yellow, though. Track stays green. Looks like Dalton and Logan are back here trading blows back and forth. Maybe a little contact between them. I heard metal on metal. Saw Logan actually got into the outside wall a little bit, too. Larry Bell trying to get underneath the 06 here. As Creech still a man moving forward up 4 spots, but right now our biggest mover so far, Brian Gravel. He's up 7 spots since he hit that starting grid. Mitchell Moon was actually up a spot now. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it or not, but luckily that 98 machine is out here. 76 Derek Stanley trying to make a move over Logan. Oh, Logan having a little bit of an electrical issue out of that car. Head back up front. As we're going to do something we haven't done in a little bit. We can get it pulled up. Let's start to a Coleman Designs Best Paint Scheme of the Night Award. Let's see who we got tonight. Who should we pick for our paint scheme of the night? And with it being just me solo, I basically got full reign. Whoever I pick, I don't have to argue my case to nobody. I'm going to go... I'm going to go with the Gold Chain Cowboy himself. Something about the red with the gold flake number. That and the white with the gold. I like the white and gold trim. I like the red and gold trim. But I got to go give the edge or the nod to the Gold Chain Cowboy. Mr. Coleman Designs himself, Justin Coleman. So tonight's Coleman Design's Best Paint Scheme of the Night award goes to the Go Chain Cowboy. And folks, also I do want to mention here, 23 strong down at the bottom right of your screen. Haven't heard very many updates on Anthony from Daniel or them as of late, but still thinking about you, Anthony. And man, oh man, a little bit lighter field number, but this is what I've been saying for the last few weeks. You get about 12, 13 guys out here with this much respect, and these boys, they go green and clean all night long. I think Murphy may have burnt it up a little bit there in his pursuit to try to get that race lead, try to wrestle it away from the 54 machine, because now Elvis opened it up to almost 3/10 of a gap over second place Zach Murphy. As folks, since we have the green on the track, not a whole lot of action up near the front happening right now. We're going to throw it down to a TSP, crank it up. So headset users, please beware. It's getting ready to get loud. Crank it up, TSP style. We'll be back momentarily. Alrighty, folks, we are back. Had to take a little break right there for the TSP crank it up of the night. We have stayed green this entire way. We are 51 laps completed this time by the stripe as Elvis has opened it up to almost a full second lead over Zach Murphy. Justin Coleman, he's almost 3 seconds back off the race leader. And then Brian Zimmerman, a full 8 seconds back off the leader. Oh, he shut the car off, folks. Look, let me turn this up and I'm going to lay out. Trying to get it turned up where I know y'all can hear it. Alright, listen right here for me. On the clutch. Yes, sir. So we see what's happening with Brian here. Brian trying to conserve as much fuel as he can. That fourth Thunderbird, we just got to be careful because Guy Brett's hot on his heels right there. Brian just cannot afford to go a lap down and cannot afford to lose a whole lot of time. He should never actually go a lap down. As now, championship picture is getting a little dicey because now Brandon Elvis, he's in traffic. Lap traffic here. We knew it would be a matter of time if they stayed green. But look at the real estate in between him and Zach Murphy now. A few country miles almost. As Elvis showed. Oh. Brian Gravel around. No yellow there either. Go back and see what happened to Gravel. Oh, just got a little tap from Todd Lamphere. Can't believe it went a yellow there. There's Gravel taking it down pit side. Hopefully he's not quitting. We'll update in just a minute. Taking tire, so looks like he's going to bring the 05 out. It may end up being a strategy call for him here. So now, if people are going to elect to pit, well, you're going to have to unless you're somebody trying to stretch it out with the fuel. Is short pitting? Is it worth it to try to short pit the competition? With somebody like Justin Coleman, who's 3 seconds back, will he elect to do that? Right now, they're about 3/10 off their fastest lap, so not a big fall off in time, but 3/10 as right here, Logan Mayer going down pit side. So Gravel may have broke the ice there when it comes to pit road. You see Mayer, or Meyer, excuse me, Meyer's right side goes up. Well, his left side does as well. So 4-tire stop for the 06 machine. And now I'd be remiss if I didn't mention 2 tires. It's been the go-to call all season long across all 3 Crooked Line Racing Asphalt series. Will the 4 tires end up haunting him as Chris Sawyer going down track side? Sawyer taking some tires. See if he takes 2 or 4 for the 51. 51 elects to only go with a 2-tire stop. So minimizes his time spent on pit road there. I like the call out of the 51 machine. Now, my next question, let me pull up a side ticket just momentarily. Lose 3 laps when you pit under green like that. For sure going to lose 2, but 3 is also a possibility if you're not very close to the leader when you do pit. Also, I don't know if he watches the broadcast back or not, but if he does, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Todd Lamphere. I know a lot of that group may not be fans of me now or whatever, but that's fine with me. It's fine. But I actually talked one-on-one with Todd last week, and I actually think a lot of that dude now. Down to earth, solid dude. So shout out to him for sticking it out here with us here in CLR. As Justin Coleman, Gold Chain Cowboy, is going to be the first of the contenders down pit road. Going to have to see what the 14 car, what he elects to do. This could be season or / race altering. Brandon Elvis takes it down pit side. Coleman, right side's up. Will he elect to take lefts, or is it going to be a 2-tire call for the 14 machine? 2 tires for the 14. He is off. Just cannot afford a penalty here. Going to see what Elvis elects to do in the 54 car. As right sides are jacked up. Zach Murphy's down pit side now as well. 2-tire call for Brandon Elvis. Got to check out Zach Murphy, see what he elects to do here. As, oh no, we got a guy going around the back. I think cautions have to be turned off. As Zach Murphy's going to take tires here. 2-tire call for Zach Murphy. That has allowed the man, the myth, the legend, Todd Lamphere, actually the man front and center out front. As we saw 3 crashes and no yellow. Guy Barrett's down track side. Now, when will Lamphere? When will he go in? Will he get the caution to fall his way? Let's give an update side ticker. So Elvis and Coleman did not lose a lap when they pit. The 2-tire call kept them from going a full lap down. They lost a lot of time, but did not lose a lap. And now something else to note. Murphy went in P2 when the cycle started and actually came out P3 like Justin Coleman actually jumped him a spot going down pit road. And Brandon Elvis, he took the lead he had and sprayed some Miracle Grow on it over his championship contenders because that has extended even further now. As we head back up front here, it's all in the hands of the 26. Can he make it? When will he pit? It's a major question we have to ask. Now, I also got to go check in on Brian Zimmerman. Still in ultra save mode. He's saving a lot. Lamphere going down pit side. That's going to allow Brian Zimmerman the race lead. Even saving like this and making it to the end, I don't know. I think Coleman and Elvis are going to catch Jimmy. Let's give an update where they're at. We'll switch over to Elvis as soon as Jimmy crosses the start-finish line here. About a half a track away, a little bit under half a track away is Elvis. Jump on board with Elvis because I guarantee these next 50 or so laps are going to be nothing but pure qualifying laps. You can tell the intensity. He's definitely going. He's going harder than he was earlier, but he's still not all out yet. He could take that 54 a little bit in deeper, a little bit quicker off if he wanted to. So he's still thinking big picture here, or so it seems, just from sitting here watching. As the Tiger King Creech, he's down pit road for service. So these guys that have not pit yet, it is Mitchell Muma, Derek Stanley, Brian Zimmerman. Are they looking for that elusive caution? As now, Elvis is only 8 seconds back off the race leader. He's catching him right at about 0.5 per lap. But now remember, that is with Zimmy saving. I think Zimmy's saving even harder now because he knows it's not a matter of if they're going to get there to him. It's a matter of when. So he's trying to save as much as he can now in order to try to be there at the end to turn it up. As Zach Murphy actually got around Justin Coleman. Let's see what happened here. This is a big pass here for Zach Murphy. Looks like Coleman washes up a little bit on exit. Just arcs it in a little bit higher. Now we saw Zach driving off these corners straight. Was able to really get the power down there good. All right, update on Elvis. Let's see where Zimmy's at when he crosses the line. Switch back over to Elvis. He's definitely closed in. He's gained a few feet for sure. In regards to that track map, Derek Stanley goes down pit road for service. So these guys now, the last two, I don't know if they want caution. I don't know what they want right now. I mean, even if you get a caution, you're not trapping a lot of people lap down. You got to have a caution, really. If you're going to have to pit, you want a caution. Easy Zimmy goes up really high as Elvis has brought the gap in within 6 seconds. My question is, can Elvis see Zimmy out the windshield? He can indeed see him, I believe. It should be Zimmy right there. It is. So he's starting to get a glimpse of Brian Zimmerman out the windshield. Now it's just a matter of pace and a matter of time. I just want to jump back on board with Zimmy. Still in ultra save mode. I think he is just going to save until them boys catch him. As folks, it's going to be 40 laps to go this time by the stripe. We're going to throw it down to Savage Edge for a quick commercial break, and we'll be back momentarily. If anything happens out on track, we will come right back in with the action. We'll be back momentarily.
Shut up and sit down.
horsepower bar.
Alrighty, folks, we are back after that little bit of an extended break as Brandon Elvis has actually climbed back up and got the lead. I would actually jump down and talk to Zimmerman and that group in Discord, just asking about the strategy and everything, and actually hearing reports that they are getting tire warnings over the radio. And what that means is the spotter in your ear basically tells you you got to calm down on the right front tire, because it's under 50% use. So that means that Zimmy is battling a super ill handling car right now. And I did go verify cautions were not turned on in the session as well. Just a oversight out of Race the admin that put the session up. I've done it. We've all done it. So that is why we did not see a yellow the first 3 times there should have been a yellow. So if we do see a wreck on the track, we will put the yellow out now that we know we have to. But it looks like this thing could go green from here on out. Brandon Elvis back up front, pitted, lost the lead, and right back at it like he never left. Zach Murphy sitting P2, and now Coleman goes around Brian Zimmerman. Seeing if Zimmy's still saving, because he said he was going to go once they got to him, but they were just catching him so fast. Still having to save, so. And what's happening with that car when he goes off into the corners like this, typically the engine would basically, when you get off the accelerator, it's naturally going to slow the car down a little bit with the gearing. Well, Zimmy's jumping right on the clutch, essentially throwing the car into neutral. No friction, nothing slowing it down. So basically he's having to use that right front, turn that wheel a little bit more, and that right front's acting as if it's a brake almost, if that makes sense. So that is why Zimmerman is using more of that right front than most out here. As man, oh man, what a season out of this guy right here. What a season. I know he wants this championship, but with Coleman sitting P3, it's going to be stout for him to do it. But I know he wants this championship really bad. I know what it would mean to him to get this championship. But even if he don't get it, I say all that to say, this man's had one hell of a season. 3 race wins. In the neighborhood right now for 4 race wins. And I've teased it quite a bit. I'm not going to tease it anymore. I'm going to come out and say it. For the ones that are watching right now, or for the ones watching on demand, Late Model Stock Season 4, they're going to be on Tuesday night starting next season. And there's going to be money on the line. Big money on the line. The All-Star Pro Series, Tuesday nights. It's coming. It's coming. It's going to be big. Sitting back here with Justin Coleman, about 3 seconds off second and first. Zach Murphy lost a lot of time to Elvis over the extension of that green flag run. But once he hit pit road and came off pit road, he's been a touch faster than Elvis. Actually, last time by, he was a full 10th quicker than Elvis. But I think, I mentioned it earlier, cat and mouse. Elvis is smart. He's turned a lot of laps in real life, so he knows what he has to do. Not only be fast, but, I mean, racing is way more than being fast. You got to manage it. I always say we're playing chess out here. And right now, Elvis is trying to play chess when everybody else, he's hoping maybe he's playing checkers. And I think he's going to try to manage the gap without abusing the tires too much these next 15 laps. But does have a windshield full of lap cars. Larry Bell, Chris Sawyer, and Todd Lamphere all within the grasp of the 54 to go a lap down here. But man, oh man, it's been all smooth sailing for the 54. All night long, all season long, and that's saying something. Like I said, bumps and bruises along the way, and that can't take anything away from Justin Coleman's season. Also came into tonight 3 race wins. Been the series points leader since, I believe, like week 3. But Elvis has just slowly but surely chipped away at it. Zach Murphy has as well. It comes down to the next 12 laps here at North Wilkesboro. What will you do to be the Series Season 3 champion? The ECR teammates of Elvis and Coleman, they came in only 5 points separating them. Coleman has won the battles all season long. Came into tonight with a 5-point buffer over Brandon Elvis. It's going to come down to bonus points, I do believe. Because Coleman, Elvis is only going to lose, what, 2 points to him here? Or no, wait. Roughly, I think. Somebody got 4 points. Well, it's 2 points for position in this double points night. Because Elvis, if he wins, that's 86 points. And Coleman getting third, that's 41 times 2 is 82. So 4 points. You need 5 as it stands right this minute. But now there's also a caveat in all that. Coleman has a drop week. There is a drop week that is yet to go in. Go Chain got him a series championship on Thursday nights for the reboot of the Crooked Line Racing Dirty Thursday Pro Dirt Late Model Series. Coleman was able to bring home the championship. Is it time for his ECR teammate to bring home his first championship in CLR? Zach Murphy was hot on his heels for a huge portion of this race, especially after the pit cycle. But even now, once again, over the course of the runs, Elvis just seems to have that extra gear when these tires start to wear a little bit. Let's jump on board with Elvis, because if we saw qualifying laps earlier, we're seeing right now nothing but poised, clean laps. And this is mistake-free racing right here out of Brandon Elvis all night long. I asked him earlier, a few weeks back, because I knew it was going to come down to double points. I said, do you like North Wilkesboro? And he said, man, it's one of my favorite tracks. He's proved it here tonight. 3 laps to go here to put a bow on the BCR Late Model Stock Series Season number 3. Want to see if Elvis can bring it home 3 more times around this famous, legendary circuit. Can the 54 do it? It's all just about finishing now. He's come to the dance. He's asked the pretty girl out. Will he step on her toes when he's out here dancing? Because there's 1 lap to go this next time by. The final lap for the Season 3 Late Model Stock Series. Brandon Elvis rounds out of turns 3 and 4 to take the white flag. It's nothing but out the front windshield. Don't look at anything in the back. You got nothing out the back. Maybe a championship trophy out the front. And 3 and 4 for the final time, not only tonight but for the season. It's going to be the guy hunting for the championship and picking up race win number 4 of the season. Brandon freaking Elvis. Now, folks, bear with me here, as there's going to be a little bit of dead airway as I do try to get the points in, so just bear with me real quick for that. As actually what I'll do is throw it to a commercial really quick. And as soon as I am in with the points, I will halt the commercial and we will go on and find out who our points champion is. So, folks, give me just a moment. We'll be back momentarily.
You a commercial? Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, as Brandon was sitting there celebrating, I am still working to get the points in over here on my end, as it's a process to put in these double points. Well, Zimmy, we're gonna use this time to just kind of kill dead air until we get our top three up here. You tried a different strategy out here tonight, boss. You tried to come in here and stretch out the fuel. What ultimately did you need there to make the strategy come to fruition and get you a race win?
Probably needed a caution about lap 10 because I was having to save way too hard there at the end. No, it just wasn't the winning strategy. Short pits road at this track is pretty short, so they were able to get on and off pit road pretty efficiently. So that really killed my strategy. If it had been a 100-lap race, we'd have won it. But 125 laps, I just had to save way too hard. I was clutching from the beginning, but yeah, just saving way too hard there late just to make it. And then once I had made my bed, I had to lay in it. There wasn't much changing it. Once I had already decided to run that strategy, there wasn't any coming back from it. So about lap 90, I was locked in to have to save, and it was pretty obvious we weren't going to win the race at that point. But it was too late to change strategy at that point, so then you just salvage what you can get. But no, Brandon Elvis super fast tonight. Zach also. And I think Justin, he knew he run a smart race. He didn't have to push it. I'm pretty sure he's going to come out with this points championship, which is well deserved after a great season. So that was a good run. Brandon was dominant, but Zach was coming. I think Zach could have had something.
It seemed like over the course of as the runs went on, Elvis just had that, and I mentioned it there at the end. Elvis just had what seemed to be that extra little bit of gear that he needed. Extra little bit of pace that he needed to get going. Then let me put in your points. Zim, can you pull up the top three finishers for me? Are you able to move them in here for me?
Let me try to pull one up. See if I can. We'll pull up Justin first. Let me see if I can find him here. Yes, I can move him up. Justin Coleman, we got you here in the booth, bud. Good run tonight.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
That was a smart run. I think you knew your strategy going in was just stay out of trouble and make it to the end. Am I wrong there?
No, you are correct. I just wanted to stay out of trouble, man.
You had an awesome season. It's an awesome season. Dominant. Had a ton of wins, ton of top fives, and then come in here tonight and did exactly what you needed to do to win. So I haven't seen the points yet. I know Tanner's working on them, but man, great season. And now we got Brandon and Zach up in the booth. Great win there, Brandon. Dominant run, bud.
I appreciate it, man. I was able to get out front early there and kind of save my stuff. I think Zach was going to kind of try to save. I could see he had plenty of opportunity to pass me there the first few laps, and I see him kind of just tuck back in. I said, well, he's probably going to try to play the same strategy here.
Yeah, I think that Zach seemed to have some really good speed there at the end. I don't know if he could have got to you if he got around you, but that was a good long run. That was a flag to flag, no caution. I know we had a couple of suspicious spins there with no caution. That was a little odd, but that was I think the first caution flag to flag, no caution race we've had all season.
Yeah, man. We've a couple of us other guys been running a bunch of those here lately because we get a little bit smaller fields in a different league that we run in, and we just
Nice.
It's really taught me how to save tires.
So
Yeah,
Elvis,
we did a great job.
I'm gonna sprout in here. We're gonna throw it over to Coleman really quick. We're gonna do the top 3 interviews, and then I'll let y'all know the points because I got y'all's portion in at least. Justin Coleman, I know Jimmy talked to you a little bit while I was trying to get the points in, but you came into the night as the points leader, and I think I heard you say that you were just basically trying to survive out here tonight and get a decent finish. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Just trying to stay out of trouble and stay out of wrecks.
So coming in to a track like North Wilkesboro, we're used to seeing the 14 car first or second basically all season, right? And if you wasn't first, you're usually following the 54 or vice versa. Coming into a track like North Wilkesboro, was you excited, nervous? What was your outlook coming into a track like this for Double Points Night?
A little bit of everything. Excited, nervous. I'm not great here. I've not ran here a whole bunch and kind of struggled tonight. I know we got third, but I just couldn't find the speed all night. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but yeah, I'm happy with the third place. We got a podium and finished out the season with a good run, so I'm happy with it.
I mean, capped it off with a hell of a way to end the season with a podium, right? Because you had three race wins. I can't even remember how many top 5, top 10s, but I know you put together one hell of a season. So congratulations to you for that. Who we got to thank for the 14 car, not only for tonight but for the season.
Of course, thank you, Crooked Line Racing, TSP for the great broadcasts. Shout out the team, Elvis Coleman Racing. Shout out my sponsors, BH Homes Construction, Gibbs Brothers Construction, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, and Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication.
Right on, brother. You said shout out Elvis Coleman Racing. Those guys picked up 7 of 12 race wins. So hell of a season, Justin. Congratulations on the podium here. Mr. Zachary Murphy, the bridesmaid. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, brother? I got you.
Man, oh man, I'm pretty sure. Did you finish second last night too? Or no, Monday night?
Yeah, I think so, right?
I mean, second is just like it's almost your home, but at least it's always up here in the booth. You're always talking to us. Jimmy mentioned it earlier. It looked like when it came just to pure firing off pace, it looked like the 29 car may have been the fastest car in battle with 54, right? But 29, you obviously were super fast there on the short run. What do you think you needed, or what do you think Elvis found throughout the course of the race over the long run where he was able to prevail there?
I gotta make one correction. I actually won on Monday for once.
Oh, hell yeah, that's even better.
The W in the super lates. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah, it's your second win. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Finally got one. Anyway, yeah, I mean, on those short runs, it definitely had some speed. I know Elvis is real good at saving, and that's one thing I'm terrible at. I just, I go like it's qualifying every lap. And I probably should do better on these longer races at trying to save some tires. But yeah, I mean, that's probably why I looked like I was fast those shorter runs because I'm always just going for it. But
right.
Yeah, eventually you burn your stuff up, and he was able to just save enough and pull away. And yeah, the flag to flag race made it interesting. I haven't had one of those in a while. So those guys pitted, I think, a lap early and kind of threw me off. I was going to go a little bit longer, and then I was like, well, I don't want to get ran over with tires, so I just went the next lap and was able to get by Coleman, and then just stuck around in second. Happy to cap off another bridesmaid finish, but solid run in the points this year. I think we'll be a little bit short, but probably another second or third. But one of these years we'll get one of these championships for sure.
I have no doubt about it, man, because you've had super consistent seasons. And now, on top of that consistency, you're starting to throw in some race wins as well, right? So, I know the 29 car is in prime form, and I look for him to be a factor as we head on into season 4, late model stocks, and of course tour mods and super lates. Well, Zach, who do we got to thank here for the number 29 machine here tonight, brother?
Yeah, just thank Whitney Automotive on the side of the car. Thank you guys at PSP for the great broadcast every week. Like to go back and take a peek at that. I'll thank Crooked Line for putting on a great league, and I didn't have any members in Race Room 3, but you got to shout out those guys, usually Caleb and Kyle and a couple other fellas that Brad and those guys. So shout out to those guys.
Right on, brother. All right, folks, and then that just left only one. He came into tonight. He put it on the pole to win the USAFirearms.com pole award. And I would say he never looked back, but pit strategy, he had to fight back. He came out like 4th and had a few guys that hadn't pit yet, and had one guy that was trying to stretch it out on fuel and was 8 seconds back at one point. And he ended up battling back and brought the 54 car, wheeled it to the front. Mr. Brandon freaking Elvis, you got a copy, brother?
Yes, sir.
You've been here quiet this whole time. How hard has it been just not to speak up and just to be happy because you won the race? I know you wanted Wilkesboro pretty bad, right?
Oh yeah, man. I those guys, both of them, have been great competitors all season, and my teammate Justin, man, he's always super fast and pushing me to get better and be faster, and we just kind of bounce off each other, and I think it's really showed this season. 7
out of 12 wins, and now factor in All-Star. I mean, how many wins have you two got over there? I'm sure at least a couple.
7 or 8, I think.
So you're looking at like 14 wins out of like 22 races. So that's freaking incredible. That y'all have assembled a little bit of a fierce group there, you know. And there's not very many of you, but you don't need very many of them when you win a race like that. Well, Elvis, I know I spoke with you probably the most out of the championship contenders. We just constantly talking back and forth about the points and stuff like that. So I know coming into tonight, it was definitely on your mind. You was definitely thinking about it. How do you approach a race like this when you know you're coming in behind the 8 ball a little bit, but you know it is double points night to fall back on?
Yeah, man, I really just had to put all that to the side and just focus on this race, you know. I knew we were probably going to have some long runs there. Didn't know it was going to go wire to wire, but played a little bit. Kind of tried to short pit because it's bit me in the past trying to go longer than everybody here, especially at Wilkesboro. I think I lost a truck race here like that one time.
Right.
So I knew I kind of wanted to short pit and make Zach or whoever was running second have to, or when it cycled out would have been second, had to work hard to get to me. That way I could save a little bit more than they did, make them kind of use their stuff up a little bit, and it worked out. Everything, the stars were aligned tonight.
They definitely were aligned, and now I do want to let you boys know, as I believe all 3 of y'all are still in here, and Mr. Brian Zimmerman. Zimmy, I'll tell you, you brought home P4 in the standings. Your first CLR winless season, I think, is what we hit on earlier. So I know a bummer of a season for you. Felt like you was always wrong place, wrong time, but still P4. Murphy, you brought the 29 machine home with 11 races. 1 race win, 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s. You brought the car home P3 on the podium with 469 total points. Second place had 498 total points. First place had 501. So, Brandon Elvis, you are the season champion for season number 3 with 501 points. 3-point lead over your fellow ECR competitor, Justin Coleman. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're supposed to get all hyped, so I'm going to Disney World or something there, man.
Nah, man, I'm really excited.
That championship, that double points night, good.
Man, I'm still shook up.
Me.
I'm still kind of shook up, man. I know I'm still focused. I was trying to focus hard. You texted me before and said you were going to give me the broadcaster's curse, and it didn't work tonight.
I didn't. Man, dang it. I didn't even think about it once I went live. That was my fault. We could have definitely gave you the broadcaster's curse. But, folks, honestly, and I say folks, I'm talking to y'all, and I'm talking to the ones that watch these races back. I know y'all watch them back in the future, right? Thank y'all for riding with us all season long. Sucks had a little bit of stupid drama here at the end that kind of soured it a little, but still overall, hell of a season by all parties here. So thank you to you four. I consider y'all some of the core group guys when it comes to Crooked Line Racing, right? Y'all show up damn near every time there's a race up if you can, except on Tuesday nights. So salute to y'all for that. Congratulations, Brandon. Congratulations, Justin and Zach and Zimmy, all three of y'all, for a very impressive season. And yeah, boys, I think we're going to close up shop here tonight and be back at them next season for season 4.
Can I shout some people out here?
You can. Give me some sponsors.
Yeah, man, I just want to thank my wife, my mom, my dad, God for letting us race, be fortunate enough to do this kind of stuff. However many nights a week we do it. Really want to shout out Barry Elvis Performance and Fab, Chestnut Hill Restaurant. They helped me out tremendously a lot with this stuff here. Elvis Coleman Racing, Coleman Design. Shout out Bad Company Racing, man. We raced with them a bunch and appreciate them sponsoring the league and everything, man. It's been a fun one, man. I really appreciate it, and thanks to you, Tanner, for this league, and TrueSimProductions for always having really top-notch podcasts, man. We all really appreciate it.
Right on, brother. We appreciate that. And shout out to all them folks. And shout out to y'all. Well, thank you, Mr. Elvis. Thank you, Zimmy, Murphy, and Coleman. And once again, thank you, folks at home. We'll be back at it. Let's see. Not sure Friday night if Sam's going to do next gens or not. He was talking about it. But if he does, it'll be Friday nights. It'll be the start of the playoffs for the Front Row Esports Series. They're heading to Chicago Street Course, so that's going to be a doozy. But, folks, thank you for tuning in as always. And as always, until next time, we'll see ya.